So the signs were there that something was on the horizon when in response to a JID post, a user responded, "Drop another song with Eminem, please bro," and you wouldn't believe what happened shortly after. JID actually liked the post and the user was going off. "Ain't no way man, JID liked your answer." And of course the user kept going, "Bro, I swear to God, if we have another Eminem song with JID, I'm gonna go crazy. Fuel has one of the best verses of both their careers, loudly crying in fire emojis, and lo and behold, we got another one. And today we'll be exploring some of the highlights from the verse and also some reactions from fans and even rappers who are losing it over the verse, including some speculations of what to expect in the future. And Eminem wasted no time to remind us about why him and 50 Cent remain close friends after all these years, if you know what I mean. I jump into beef so comfortably, I'm not comfortable with no conflict. And he soon rapped about how rappers bore him. Today, I'm another breed, I'm a different animal, y'all make me yawn like a strand of wool. And apart from Eminem addressing how he's bored out of his mind by rappers these days, exhausted with the mediocrity, yawn also doubles for yawn in that bar, a strand of wool, and the master of homophones kept doing his thing while maintaining the animal rhyme scheme. And for those who think money changed him, Eminem certainly doesn't believe that narrative, as he believes he's the same person since day one. And I've never seen anyone break it down like this. If I had 3 quarters, 2 dimes, and a nickel, I wouldn't change for $1. But I signed 50 Cent and put him in my piggy bank, and 3 quarters equals 75 cents, 2 dimes equals 20 cents, and a nickel equals 5 cents. Combined, these equal $1. And I know this breakdown is especially helpful for the international fans of M. Suffice to say, Eminem still wouldn't become a different person, even though he's got hundreds of millions. Like the bar insinuates, he wouldn't change for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Keep the change.
And this reminds me of what Snoop once said about Eminem in a podcast that we covered a while back.
People take shots at rappers like that is because that rapper is invisible for the moment. But that's a way to get him back visible when you start poking the bear. He still is who he is. Don't get it fucked up.
Who, Eminem?
Oh yeah.
And a few months back, we covered the story of Ye when he made a shocking reveal about the song Cousins, how he found dirty magazines with his cousins and they acted out what they saw. And this man, Eminem, decided to reference this shocking reveal on animals. Man, look at the mayhem I'm causing. That's probably why I stay in the hot seat. With these magazines, I act out like Ye and his cousin. And magazines also doubles for ammo in this one. And the fact that Ye and his cousin were really young when they found the magazines, so Eminem extend the double entendre in animalistic fashion. Now keep the Ye reference in mind and the fact that Ye revealed that they were young, and also keep in mind the gun/bullets wordplay. Check this out. Little knob slobbers, I'm spraying and busting. Your ish sucks knob, stop saying it doesn't. That's probably the reason there's nothing you've bodied of recent. And Eminem dropped an album worth of wordplay in this one. I feel like I just walked in and seen you naked, cause you not even decent. Get ripped like my school clothing, like a sleeping cow, I'm bulldozing. A rap god since my socks were holy, like a sleeping cow, I'm bulldozing. And more in reference to how he's been this way since the beginning when it comes to rapping, a rap god since my socks were holy. Socks were holy doubles for since he was poor, and holy homophone for holy in the sense of being divine, worthy of devotion, like a god, a rap god after all. And Ja Rule can't stop taking L's. Just days ago, he tried to mock 50 Cent's upcoming stadium show, only for 50 to end up selling out the Tottenham Stadium in London. And now Eminem had to dig up his corpse just to body him again. And just after rapping, I told you hoes to slow your rolls.
Look, red rose, white ceiling. I ain't freestyling in a minute. Let me see, let's check it. Red rose, white ceiling. I'm in that red rose, white ceiling.
I told you hoes to slow your rolls before you go and throw your whole career up in a toilet bowl, and he came for Ja again. This my house of horrors, like a brothel. I don't put Ja Rule through it like a law school. Keep it a stack, like pancakes, I'm awful. So many plaques from Belgium, got a wall full. In fact, you would hate my walls. They are awful. They are awful, doubles for awful. And better yet, Eminem is by far the biggest rapper of all time in Belgium when it comes to overall album sales in the small country. In fact, some users pulled up receipts to provide some more context. Eminem's The Marshall Mathers LP is the only hip-hop album to have 100,000 plus pure sales in Belgium. And clearly, Eminem remembers when this was trending early 2025 that was posted with this image when news broke out that South Korea's president instituted martial law for a day when Marshall was misspelled in the report. And we got this: they call me Marshall, but I'm unlawful. And one of my favorites from the verse: and I'm known as a prick that's not to F with, call me erectile dysfunction. So even if they wanted to, the conditions are already set that makes it impossible for him to be effed with. And Diddy can't catch a break when it comes to Eminem alluding that he put out the hit that got Pac killed. I do it like Puff do it. Tell my hitter to hit him up, do it. So like my middle fingers to a Tupac song, you know that I put him up to it. Now hit him up doubles for the diss song Hit Him Up.
Like when we had got hit with Hit Him Up, I had to make the call to Biggie, and I said we're not gonna respond. Somebody's gonna get hurt if we respond. Tupac hit us with Hit 'Em Up, and that joint was cold. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to that. You know, we were actually like on people's turntable. A DJ would play that. We would just end the party and just
take that off.
No, we would take the turntable. We would take your turntables. You played Hit 'Em Up. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
And so far, Diddy's been allegedly getting away with ish, even when people believe he's responsible. For instance, recently with the Kid Cudi car incident. So like my middle fingers to a Tupac song, you know that I put him up to it. And at this point, you could conclude that Eminem will continue to allude to the allegations that Diddy was responsible for the Tupac hit. And for those who missed the bar about how he wouldn't change for $1, even though he's got it like that, we got more. Never sell out for the fame and wealth. Dave Chappelle of the rap game. I'm never gonna play myself. Closest I ever came is 8 Mile. And similar to how they come for Eminem whenever he drops an album, the same happens to Dave Chappelle whenever we get a comedy special.
When Sticks and Stones came out, apparently they dragged me on Twitter. I don't give a fuck because Twitter's not a real place.
But they remain unfazed by the backlash. And we got to another favorite of mine on this. Me and JID are just like bestiality, we freaking animals. And Eminem concluded, the GOAT is back, finna go at anyone who got the gonads or cojones.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
And right off the bat, we got users trying to bite off more than they can chew, need an entire album together like Bad Meets Evil or Friday on Elm Street. And more on this note, a JID and Eminem album would be fire. And it is crazy how this dropped just in time for when certain foreign rappers began to run their mouth about Eminem and they couldn't even lace his boots even with a YouTube tutorial playing. And we'll expand on this crazy talk in the next video. And back on topic, we got Ross out here on X going off in response to Eminem's verse on Animals. Eminem is not from this planet, bro. Insane. And to this, a user expanded, he just needs to flex on a track to keep people from forgetting every now and then. And it is crazy because Eminem detractors, for the most part, always wonder why rappers and industry vets always praise him, as if you recall, even Benzino was losing his mind over this on Drink Champs.
Bro, let me tell you, his fans like him because he's white. They don't with us. Let me try to make Eminem. I dusted Eminem. Rap Elvis. Why do y'all give Eminem so much props? Why? Why do y'all like Eminem? Because he's white? Is that it? What do you mean? Nah, like, what? That. Oh, man. Ooh.
And the same thing happened when Dr. Umar said Eminem cannot be one of the greatest rappers because he's non-African. And when he saw the reactions he got from hip-hop veterans, he struggled to come to terms with it because they chose to support Eminem instead of him. And it got to the point that he started blasting the entire genre of hip-hop and the veterans because they refused to agree with him. And when you listen to a rap performance like what we just heard on Animals from JID and Eminem, the last thing a sane person, especially a writer, would think about is the color of the skin of the person who's rapping. The skills are undeniable. And in response to Ross, the conversation has already begun. Best verse of 2025, I don't care what anyone says. And we got some backstory from JID about this pre-locks 4 songs that didn't make the album that I had to share. Thank you all who have supported this journey towards GDLU. These 4 will be on DSPs, and since this was Animals Part 1, apparently we could be getting maybe Busta Rhymes or Twista or both on Part 2, seeing as we got this exchange from JID and a fan on X when he was asked, "There's another M verse on the main album, right?" To which he responded, "Nope, I got 2 of the best fast rappers of all time, LOL." And some have also brought up Tech 9 to add to the mix of Busta Rhymes and Twista. And as it stands, based on what we witnessed, some are wondering how the new rappers keep their hunger after hearing this man almost 30 years into his career, and we already spelled it out on X. They gotta stick to melodies and singing, because I don't see how Eminem can be surpassed when it comes to rap skills at this rate. Best we could get is about equal, not better. And we got some more speculations that have hit after this dropped. We are absolutely getting either a side B or a direct sequel to the death of Slim Shady this year. The story was never completed. I predicted a few days ago that it will be here within the next 3 months, and after hearing that verse, I'm more confident than ever. And in my opinion, Eminem is clearly not done with the era of the throwback voices, and I'm not alone on this one. Eminem says he killed off Slim Shady only to drop several more verses in the Shady voice afterwards. Skull emoji. And if you hate the throwback voices, then buckle up, as I believe we got much more on the way. And speaking on the negative feedback so far, some fans are already throwing tantrums on Reddit right now. New JID drop was terrible. I'm sorry y'all. JID is fire. Eminem is fire, but this drop was god awful. The beats were bad, and it sounded like a BandLab type of thing. I'm sorry, but it was not good. LOL. And the user cleared it up that they aren't referring to the lyrics. I'm not saying the lyrics were bad. The beat was terrible. It is impossible to like everything that he puts out, but in this case, these users are clearly in the minority, unlike say Revival's reception. And when it comes to JID's verse on this compared to Fuel, what are your thoughts? Because personally, I'd rate JID's verse on Fuel higher than this one, and perhaps some users were expecting better this time. OMG, Eminem washed JID again. Loudly crying emojis. Why does he keep doing this, man? But the fact that JID can hold is amazing. But yeah, it is no surprises that he got beat on both. But this is Eminem after all, and I believe he did better on Fuel compared to Animals, but this is just my opinion, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Feel free to go off in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.